Hi, I'm Jack Canfield. You probably know me as the co-author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series and the author of the best-selling book, The Success Principles, How to Get from Where You Are to Where You Want to Be. I'd like to take just a few minutes to talk about Kent Healy. Kent Healy is a personal friend. He's also a colleague. We've co-authored a book together. I first met Kent when he was about 16 years old, and he and his brother were writing a book called Cool Stuff They Should Teach in School. And they asked me if I would mentor them in that process, and I did. And I really got to know Kent as someone who is an amazing person, who's dedicated and committed to his goals, who follows through on what he says he's going to do, who has a huge vision of what's possible for all people, especially teenagers, and has a big heart and is willing to be of service wherever he goes. I've known Kent for a lot of years, and when we got together, I think it was about 20, I asked him to help me write a book, The Success Principles for Teens. He's the first person I thought of when I wanted to co-author that book. And we worked on it for about a year, and Kent delivered everything on time. He conducted interviews with all the people. He was on purpose. He really understood the essence of what we were trying to do. And I think really he could have written the book himself. He really didn't even need me. He knows the principles that well. He's someone who walks the talk and lives the principles. The thing I like most about Kent is that he's someone who is easygoing, is easy to get along with. He's extremely intelligent. He's very bright. He's extremely articulate. He's a great teacher and a great coach. I think that what makes his work so valuable to youth all across America and Canada, Mexico, around the world really, and his books literally are now in 17 languages around the world with the success principles. One of my friends is actually teaching a course in Malaysia using the book as a textbook for kids in Malaysia. We have a number of high school teachers doing that around the world too. But the reason I think his work is so valuable to youth is that he has a deep understanding of the basic principles of what it takes to be more successful in life. He has the ability to take those principles, which are mostly taught by people my age, and take it down to the level where kids that are 15, 16, 17, 18 can understand them, because he's been there. He's not that far away from them. He has a wonderful way of talking about personal experiences, being self-disclosing himself, wonderful metaphors that people can relate to. And I think he does really good work because he is someone who understands the importance of experiential exercises, and he's able to process people when they get stuck. So he's not just a talking head, he's someone that really knows how to embody the material because he lives from the space of that, so there's a congruence in his speech. And also I think that he has the ability to make the work relevant so that the kids are actively involved and interactive rather than just listening to someone going on and on about something. I think Kent has a huge future as an author. When I think about Kent, I think of him as someone, I think of myself back at that age. You know, I was fairly gifted at what I do, a natural talent. I see Kent as that same kind of person who is going to be a best-selling author. He's going to be a tremendous speaker, trainer, coach, someone who will make a huge difference in the world of empowerment and the world of giving people the tools they need for success and inspiring them to be all they can be. So I feel it's an honor to know Kent, and it's my pleasure to recommend him to you.